Hey everybody, it's Kendra. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you've been here before. So I'm here with my little helper, Kimchi Cat. I'm sitting up on our chest freezers. So I'm gonna be doing a freezer tour video today. I had mentioned this in my fridge tour from about a month ago. I asked if you guys would be interested in seeing what was in our freezers. Yes, freezers, plural. We have several of them. So that is what my video is today. So we have two chest freezers here. This one is a 3.5 cubic foot chest freezer, and this big one is about, I think it's a 7 cubic foot one. So I do want to mention that we are apartment dwellers. We've been in this apartment over 3 years. We actually just started our 4th lease. So the reason we have two chest freezers, so we got this small one, the 3.5 cubic foot one, almost 3 years ago. I had picked a ton of strawberries that summer. I think I picked like 60 pounds. And I just decided while I was out in the strawberry field, you know what, I know I don't have space in the freezer for this, so I am going to get a chest freezer. So this one, the smaller one, was mainly used that first year for freezing strawberries, and then I think I had some other stuff I froze, stuff I picked. I can't even remember. That was not the summer I had my garden. Then this second chest freezer we bought about 1.5 years ago, because this looks so weird. This cat's head is totally out of the camera, and we've got our fish tank over there, so she's playing with her fish, just, you know, purring and stretching and getting a tummy rub at the same time. Anyway, this one we bought about 1.5 years ago because we were getting a quarter cow, and we knew we needed some freezer space. We knew the small one was already full. Like 2 summers ago, I started doing my garden. So this one had strawberries and garden stuff, and then this one I needed for more garden stuff, and then for the quarter cow. So we probably have about maybe 1/3 of the beef left that we got about 1 year ago. So we're slowly working our way through that. So anyway, I just want to show you kind of like how I organize these, what I keep in each of them. And then in addition to the chest freezers, I'm going to show you what we have in our other 2 freezers. So if you saw that fridge tour, you know that we have 2 refrigerators in our apartment. Only one came with the apartment. Our sweet neighbors moved and they actually gave us theirs. So that's why we have 2 refrigerators, and then obviously like the freezers that are in the that are connected to the fridge. So yeah, I'm gonna show you all of that today, and maybe my kitty will help. You're such a good helper. Boy, such a photogenic kitty. Also, I do have my cool blue gloves here. These are what I wear when I'm digging around. Oh, that's so nice. Have a butt bath on camera. Thank you, baby. These are my cool nitrile gloves that I use for opening and closing my kombucha bottles. But I also wear these when I'm digging around in the freezer and organizing stuff, just because I don't want my hands to get cold. There's no particular reason for wearing these. Like with the nitrile, I could wear like winter gloves too. It totally would be fine. But I just don't want to freeze my little hands off when I do this. All right, so anywho, let's pop these babies open and I will show you what I keep inside. And quickly, before I get into the freezers, I just want to show you what they actually look like. So the one on the left is the 3.5 cubic foot one. The one on the right is the 7 cubic foot one. They are both from Best Buy, and they are both this Insignia brand. I've been super happy with them. I have not had any issues with them. Yeah, and they were both pretty affordable too. All right, let's jump into the smaller freezer first. So first off, you will see I've got all of this yellow stuff here. So in this little basket, this is all spaghetti squash. So these bags each contain 2 cups of roasted and frozen spaghetti squash. So I probably have about 20 or 25 bags of spaghetti squash. There's a place relatively close to us that sells squash and pumpkins and all that stuff. So I go crazy in the fall. I go there, spend a bit of money. Actually, they're super, super affordable, but I really stock up. So yeah, I just probably bought like maybe 6 or 8 spaghetti squash, roasted all of them, froze them, and then we are good to go for the whole year. So I like to put spaghetti squash in like curries, or if I'm just making spaghetti, obviously, you know, to use that as noodles instead of actual pasta. All right, we are gonna lift this baby out. All right, so then under where the basket was, I got more spaghetti squash here, like so much more. Under all of that spaghetti squash, I have soup. So I've got a ton of butternut squash soup. So like this one says curry. So I either make plain butternut squash soup or I will make curried butternut squash soup. All right, so down there I've got 8 containers of frozen soup, and then underneath the soup there's kind of like a little step, and that's actually where the engine is. So the soup is as far down as the freezer goes on this side. All right, so if we go on this side, now it's just kind of like a mishmash of stuff. I've got some frozen kale here. Let's see, I've got wild frozen blueberries. These are from Trader Joe's. Mangoes from Trader Joe's. This is some pesto I made. So I always date everything. Like if it's something I am preserving, if it's something I'm making, I'm always dating it. So this is pesto I made 2 years ago. So this is like a vegan pesto. Yeah, August 23rd, 2018. I need to use this. Frozen rhubarb, more pesto. We got a couple things of frozen beans from 2019. You will see in the next freezer, I have a lot of 2018 beans left as well. So these beans, I did nothing with. I just washed them and then chopped them up. I did not blanch these ones. I've also got 2 giant bags of these frozen blueberries. These are from Costco. And again, those Costco blueberries are also wild. All right, we've got some regular blueberries, like conventionally raised blueberries. These are from Tree Ripe. So if you've seen my videos on here before, I talked about getting peaches from this truck. They also sell blueberries in the summer. So I like to get their blueberries to use just throughout the winter. I like to use these for flavoring June and, you know, just eating. All right, we got 1, 2, 3 more frozen regular blueberries. So I've got 5 total of these. All right, and then finally, way down at the bottom, I've got some beef. So like the round things there, like the sausage looking things, that's all ground beef. And then I've just got assorted stuff, steaks, roast, whatever. There's actually not that much left in here. I think there are maybe, I think there's 6 ground beef. I think it's like 2, 2, 2, and then just a few steaks. So this is kind of where I keep like the backup beef. And then in the next freezer, I'm gonna show you, I kind of keep, you know, like the beef I want to be able to grab easily. This is where I keep like the backup stuff. So then when the other section is emptied out, then I will move this over there. All right, and here we are in the bigger chest freezer. So this is kind of my organized chaos. Once we get these like random things off the top, then you'll see this actually is quite organized. So yeah, just some random stuff. Gluten-free pizza crust, pistachios. I do like to keep most of my nuts in the freezer, keeps them from going bad. This is a half of a baguette for my husband. He really likes the Costco baguettes, but they sell them like 2 in a pack, so he'll usually cut them each in half and then freeze them. Some almonds here, organic almonds from Costco. All right, some dark sweet cherries. I am obsessed with these. I have just been taking a bowl of these after dinner and eating them as dessert. Let them thaw out a little bit so they're still like kind of frozen. Oh, they're good. Got about half a loaf of gluten-free bread. I used to eat this and it's really good, but I believe it has eggs in it, so I'm not eating this kind anymore. I'm actually not eating any type of bread, like no gluten-free bread, no normal bread, nothing. All right, so now you'll see I've got this kind of organized. I've got these baskets. I cannot remember where I ordered these from. It was either Amazon or the Container Store. I know they both have them. So I have 4 of these plastic tubs I'm going to show you in just a second, but these are super, super helpful. If you have a chest freezer and you feel like it's just a mess, get some containers like this, because the thing with the chest freezer, you don't have shelves. Like if I had my choice, I would have a standing freezer, just to keep things more organized. So the way I organize this basket is all beef. So like I said, when I was in the other freezer, what I like to do is keep the majority of the beef over there and then just keep out like, you know, a couple ground beef, a couple steaks, a couple roasts, like a little bit of variety in here, because this is easier for me to get to. I don't have to dig through all of that other stuff. So this is our beef box, our beef container. All right, and then this container is all frozen vegetables. So I've got some frozen zucchini and frozen summer squash. And like I said, this is from 2018, so I need to use this. I'll just like, I don't know, turn this into zucchini bread or, you know, something. But I've got some zucchini here. I've also got some more beans. Again, these are also from 2018. Now these ones have been blanched. So the thing I did 2 summers ago was to quickly blanch my beans and then freeze them. The ones I did for 2018 or 2019 I didn't blanch. I just cleaned them and chopped them up. So this whole container is vegetables. Alrighty, and now this container is all strawberries. So I think I probably have about 10 quarts of frozen strawberries in there. Carindale is the local farm I go to, and the date. So these are all from 2019. So yeah, this one is all strawberries, and then I do have a couple more things of strawberries on that side. In this container, I mainly have venison. So I've got like venison roast. I've got some stew meat in there, some ground venison. And then on top of that, I've got like frozen chicken sausages, some things like bacon, some more strawberries, roast, some more frozen kale. We're slowly working our way down on the venison there, so we don't have too much venison left. And then pretty soon that'll probably just be like, you know, my kale bin or whatever. Alrighty, so then coming over here, we've just got a few other little bits of stuff. You know, just a random Coconut Bliss ice cream, vanilla, yum. All of these random things that look like breast milk, this is actually goat milk. So I've got some containers of pre-measured, like pre-weighed goat milk that I'm freezing. This is for making soap. So I have a project to make goat milk soap. I have not yet done it, but I have all of the goat milk that I need to make like a ton of soap, right? So we've got our goat milk. I've got some frozen salmon here. I've got some frozen like lox from IKEA. Now, if I just slide this baby over, I've got some more frozen rhubarb here. And then, just like in the other freezer, I've got more soup. So I've actually got another 8 jars of butternut squash soup. Again, some curry, some regular. Actually, I think these are all curry. So yeah, I've got another 8 jars of butternut squash soup. I love this soup. And then if we go deep into the abyss here, I've got some bones for making bone broth. I've got 2 things of bones. These are from our cow. I've got 2 big bags of bones. And then finally, way at the bottom, I've got some nuts. So I've got some cashews, raw hazelnuts. Oh, there's some macadamia nuts down there, more hazelnuts, and then finally more kale. This is all kale from my garden. If you saw my kale freezing video, you know exactly how I froze it. So this is the freezer that is in our fridge in the kitchen. So it's got one of these cool drawers. It's super convenient. I love it. And this is the fridge freezer that our neighbors gave us. So it's got 2 drawers, and they are very, very full. So this is where I keep all the stuff that I'm using like right now. So it's kind of a mess. You know what? This is real life. I'm not even gonna pretend like I'm super organized. Well, kind of organized. All right, so let's see what do we got. We got more of those dark sweet cherries. That's about half full. Got some frozen raspberries. This has like frozen avocado truffles, like chocolate avocado truffles. And then I think there are also some apricot nut bars in there. Just stuff I made myself. I should do a video on those avocado truffles. 2 containers of frozen bananas. Yes, these should be combined. And then this baby here is a 9x13 pan of galumpki. So these are stuffed cabbage rolls. They're so, so, so good. All right, we got some pecans here, some walnuts, more frozen kale. What do you know? And then I've also got this little container here. This has little packs of acai puree and then also dragon fruit purees. These pink ones are the dragon fruit. So I try to keep that slightly organized. Those are great for smoothies. And then we got some ice cream back here. So I've got more of this vanilla coconut bliss. I've got a chocolate coconut bliss here. I've actually never tried this. This is a gelato. So this is blueberry passion. Oh, sorbetto. Okay, so yeah, like sorbet, I guess. More wild blueberries, more beans, got some gluten-free pie crust. Yeah, I don't really use a lot of ice, so I just use the ice container as more storage space. And then over here, I've got some smoothie stuff. So I've got some strawberries here, kale, more kale, mangoes, and more mangoes. I'm gonna come around to the side just to get a better angle here. All right, in this side, I've got my ice packs. So I got some big ones. I like to keep these ones Very handy. These are what I use when I have headaches. I love this one with a little elastic strap. This is a bag of popsicles. These are watermelon popsicles I made this summer that I think I should probably toss. I don't know. Let's see, we've got some salmon here. We've got some Brazil nuts. Got some mixed berries here from Costco. Frozen cranberries. Frozen coconut chunks from Trader Joe's. Some frozen veg. I've got some frozen riced cauliflower and some frozen peas. You know, I just made a hummus out of frozen peas and it was awesome. All right, and then on this side, we've got some more frozen blueberries, and this is what happens when you try to put spaghetti squash that hasn't totally cooled in a freezer in between packs of frozen blueberries. They melt and become these weird blocks of frozen blueberries, and then they leak everywhere. So note to everyone, don't do that. Kind of where I keep like my nuts. I've got some frozen almonds, I've got pine nuts, hazelnuts, walnuts that I didn't realize I had. I've also got some coffee down here. I've got some decaf, some espresso. This one is a special blend. We're not actually coffee people, but I do like to have coffee around in case people come over and want it. Let's see, we got some more frozen beans down here. And then this is a container of granola that I made. You know, I don't eat stuff like this all the time, so that's why I do like to freeze it, just to keep it fresher. All right, and then finally in this bag here, I've got some frozen hummus and guacamole. This actually came with the freezer. When my neighbors gave it to us, they had that, and they're like, yeah, you guys can just use that. We haven't used any of it yet, but oh well. All right, I'm gonna be a good little housewife and clean off all of this blueberry stuff because it's just really starting to get on everything. All right, sweet. So here we are in the last freezer. So this is connected to the fridge that actually came with the apartment. Anywho, this is just a lot of like stuff we've seen before. I've got some more of this butternut squash soup here, some random sticks of butter. Those actually also came with the other fridge. This is curry. So I had made a ginormous batch of curry like a month or two ago, and it was just too much for me to eat at once, so I froze some of it. And then this is some venison chili. I think these are all chili. I think it's chili curry and then soup. Here I've got some frozen turkey thighs. Sometimes those go on sale at the co-op, so I stock up. Down here is basically like, this is bread, this is a bone of some sort, more coffee, more ice packs back there, more bones. All right, and then finally in the door, this is basically just all broth. So on top, I've got a few cans of beef, I've got a bag of chicken broth, some veggie broth, and then down here, these are bones from the cow, also for making stock, some more pesto, and some butter. Alrighty, so there you go. That is what we keep in all of our mini freezers. I do like to keep them as organized as I possibly can, and I do like to inventory them, usually once every like 2 or 3 months, just to see what we have, how old it is, like what we need to use up. It's a good way just to kind of like remind myself like, hey, I've got this, like it's getting kind of old. So yeah, when we do inventory, my husband sits at the computer and we have an Excel spreadsheet, and then I am in the freezers with my gloves on and I'm just digging around and counting stuff and barking orders at him, and just saying like exactly how much we have of like this cut of meat and this cut of meat and this vegetable and so on. So anywho, that is just a quick peek into our freezers. I hope you guys are doing great and wish you a fabulous weekend. So thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!